It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
Welcome to the Divas That Care Network. I'm your host, Amy McKenzie, and today's show, The Wow of Women, features the remarkable journeys of women whose powerful and extraordinary choices have positively impacted other people's lives. I am so excited to introduce our guest, Brittany Jordan, today. Let me tell you a little bit about her first. Brittany is a devoted wife and mother of 4 amazing children. She's also a business owner and self-published author of ASC, and we'll be talking about this, A Parent's Guide to Raising Next-Generation Children. Brittany believes that we can win the war within our own minds, one thought at a time, using her acronym that she brought through, ASC. Admit it, submit it, and cast it away. It sounds really powerful. Brittany, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We're so glad to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. This is awesome. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, you're so welcome. Well, and yeah, we speak to women all over the world. You happen to be calling in from South Florida. You're home there. And I know that you build yourself as a marketing executive. You have a business mind, and you're out there in the world, but you're so much more than that because you've really devoted your life to service. And so I kind of really want to start there with that. And we can, touch on the other, but we really look at the challenges that people have overcome to create something that's really making a difference in people's lives today. And you're really doing that. So first of all, hats off to you because you really are a wow of women.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So share with us a little bit, what brought you to this place where you, needed to discover ASC for yourself, and then we'll talk about what that is and how people can use it. But let's begin with your story.
Well, when it comes to ASC, it was given to me in desperate times, and it was a gift from God. I still say it to this day. I still use it to this day. It was definitely a gift from God. About maybe 2008, I had been full of anxiety and depression, and I could not see my way out. And God was there for me. I mean, He used my mom had a pastor over, and before this, I was so full of depression. I was doing all the wrong things, hanging out with the wrong people. And on this particular day, my mom was having something at the house, and she was like, here, I'll give you something. You just go, because she was having a prayer with a pastor at the house. And I was so boggled down. I went out, but something was shaking me, and I had to get back home. And so what I said was, I'm not going to bother my mom. I'm just going to go into my neighbor's yard. And I said a simple prayer to God. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I wasn't sleeping. I was almost they had given me pills for depression. And I had the pills. I was like, I don't want to take this. And what happened was the pastor came and he spoke into my life, and he said, from this day forth, you'll have rest. And then I found that scripture, Matthew 11:28. Come unto me, all who are heavy laden and burdened, and I will give you rest. And that's where ASC was driven from. That's where it came from, that thought that if I give all these negative thoughts to God, that He knows what to do with them. He's all powerful. He knows exactly how to restore me and give me rest when I'm unrested with these negative thoughts. And so that's where ASC comes from, that place.
Wow, that's powerful. So it really was sort of like a divine gift for you to receive it. I call those downloads. That's my modern day term for it, right? Because when it's you thinking up something, trying to be smart, and when you've been gifted a vision, and you can tell the validation is that it really, truly makes a difference for people. And we see it in all walks of life, all religions, when people acknowledge that there's more to this story than just us, whatever way they want to walk with that. if they get connected to that spirit, they can really bring through something that can make a difference more than we as one person ever could. And it sounds to me like you really had an incredible experience that literally turned your life around. So now this ASC, let's talk about it. We've got it's admit it, submit it, and cast it away. So maybe walk me through, and maybe it's from your own life or something you've experienced by sharing it with someone else. Can you give me kind of an example of how someone might utilize this acronym as a tool to pull themselves out of depression or crisis or, any kind of negative thinking?
Yes. So it's admit, submit, and cast away. And the admitting part is being truthful and being honest. There's oftentimes that we think thoughts and we just let them go, and we don't think that they can have an effect on us, but they really do. They really shape how you make decisions and how you operate. So during the admitting process, it's just you being truthful. The one thing that defeat and depression can hide in is what you won't say. And so when you admit it, you just let the truth be known, and you give that thing to God, because it's one thing to admit something, but it's another thing to give it to someone and give it to God, where He can really transform and change it. He's more powerful. His thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways are not our ways. So He knows exactly what to do with those things. And then the submission part, the submitting part, because you can actually
hang on.
admit
This
something.
is too good. I got to slow you down a little bit. Okay, so admit it. So let's just look at that for a minute, because this is really powerful stuff. We don't want to go too fast through this. I love what you said. Depression hides in that which you don't say. And I just really want to investigate that for a minute. That's a very powerful statement. So what I'm hearing is that it's really, if we don't get real, as I put it, you got to tell one on yourself. It's kind of one of my little famous sayings. It's kind of along the same lines, isn't it? So it's really getting on the court, if you will, with the impact of what that negative thought is having in your life. Is that part of it?
Yes, that's exactly right. It's exactly right. We don't realize how that thought, thoughts, I always say this, one thought, you change one thought, you could change one memory, and then you could change your mind. And there goes a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't realize that thoughts really do carry you. It really does make the difference. And what you think about yourself is what you believe. And you'll get what you believe because it'll come out your mouth. And so you have to be able to be humble enough to say whether you are, because I'm not saying that all thoughts are negative, because we have good thoughts, but for every one good thought, there's 5 negative ones that creep up in front of it and behind it. Yes, and behind it, because you'll say, "Oh, I feel great," and then in your head, the voice will say, "Oh, well, your shoes are not. Your shoes don't look good today. So how could you feel that great?" You know what I'm saying? So, so those thoughts come, and they come in front of it and behind it, and you have to be aware and humble enough to say, "I didn't think good. I said good, but I didn't think good." And it's important what I think because it'll start coming out of my mouth.
Right. Okay, and I love that. And the other thing you said that I would just want to spotlight is we then are making decisions from that mindset without realizing that what I call default programming that runs all, like you say, it's 24/7, you can count on it being negative. So we have to work at choosing to be positive to kind of counteract that. Isn't it amazing, though, that 10 minutes of positive prayer meditation can turn around a whole day of negative thinking? So we know how powerful it is. But the fact is, if we don't catch it, I love that you said that, we're probably making decisions out of that mindset, and no wonder everything's going to, hell in a handbasket, as they say, because we're not being responsible for our thoughts, not just what comes out of our mouth. I love that. This is great stuff. Okay, so let's move on to S, submit it.
Submit it. Yes, it is super important that after you're done confessing it, that you submit it to God, that you humble yourself enough to know that He's all creative and He has the power and the ability to be able to do this thing for you. It's one thing to just say it, but it's another thing to give it to Him. We often say, yeah, I believe and I confess, but we don't all the time give the actual situation to Him. And in order for the thought to because I'm not saying that thoughts won't come back, but ASC allows you to be able to, every time it comes back, flip it and turn it and allow Him to turn it for your good. So in giving it to Him, you allow Him to be able to take it, what you can't take, what you can't handle, what you can't do, you give it, and He filters it out in the positive way, because He's the one that knows how to turn everything for your good. And I want to go back to what you were saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, go ahead.
I want to go back to what you were saying about the thoughts and admitting it. In that process, to make it simple for people to understand, let's just go like this. When let's just say a person as a child said, "Oh, I can't read. I can't read," and that was spoken over them as a child, and that thought settled in them. And now they have children. You know what I'm saying? That now they have children that they're not reading to. They're not reading different things when it comes to that. And so that thought of I can't read at that time enabled them to be able to possibly set their children up in something that they would have read to them that would have created something monumental in their children's life. You know what I'm saying? So just those little thoughts that hold us, that grip us, we don't know what God wants to do with those things. We don't know where He wants to use us. And little things like this can cripple us and not allow us to go forward. That's why submitting it is so super important.
Well, I'm glad you brought up that point, because the reality is it kind of takes me to the ripple effect, or the butterfly wing concept, that one flutter of a wing impacts the globe sooner or later, right? That one little shift in air. It's the same concept, that we may not realize that my little self-sabotaging thought could actually end up impacting generations, which that would be a very clear example of passing on the concept of, not bringing literature into someone's young life is huge impact. So it's a great example. And moving on to what you said about submitting, again, I like to always leave this open to what anyone's belief system is, but the underlying principle I think we can all relate to is surrender, is what I'm hearing, right? If we don't humble ourselves, as you said it so beautifully, and surrender, right, to the idea that, we have the capacity to be filled with love, to be filled with spirit, whatever denomination you are, there is that understanding that we all have. Whatever point you're at with that conversation, no one can deny when they lose a loved one that we hope and pray for that soul, right, to travel, to be at peace. We know instinctively, most of us, that there is more, and that there is something to surrender to, right? So if you're going even just from that base level, where, hopefully most everyone can agree, unless they really don't believe it all, and that, of course, is their right. But if you have any semblance of connection to divine intelligence, I mean, just look at the golden ratio. I don't know how anyone could argue with the fact that we didn't think this up, right? That you literally could give away that negative thinking and let it be transmuted into something positive again by surrendering it. Do you think it's possible that when we surrender it, it can literally, if energy never dies, right, what happens to it? By surrendering it, perhaps it's almost like putting it through the rinse cycle, where it can come back out clean again. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. I agree completely with that. I definitely agree.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got on the court, we got real with ourselves, we stopped hiding from our own negative thinking. We basically, you put a spotlight on it, don't you, when you admit it? So it's almost like you can't get away. It's the spotlight's on it. You can't pretend it's not there. And then we actually, kind of move over, get out of the driver's seat, surrender it, right? Let it go, move on, bless and release, right? So now we've done that. Is this the bless and release state? Is that what Cast It Away is all about? Talk to us about that.
Yes, and that's what Castaway is about. Castaway is allowing it. It's almost like I always say, when you cast away, you have to envision ask. So I always say, see a hand and see all those thoughts being put into a gift box. And you're placing a gift box in the hands. And then and see it getting thrown into the sea of forgetfulness to never return again. And that's what Castaway is for me. It's allowing the thoughts to be thrown so far deep in the ocean. God knows how to throw it all the way to the end of it. If you just think about it like this, humans can only go a certain level in the sea. We can only go a certain level, but we know that there's other life animals all the way deeper down. And so this box going all the way to where you can't even swim to get it. If you can't get it, because if in your ability, you can only go so far with this box. But if you give it to God, he can go so much deeper. And that's about really releasing the thought to God. That's really submitting it, really surrendering it and releasing it, and then allowing it to be thrown away. And what I want to say with this is that it's not going to be it's the ask process. It's not just a quick fix. It's something that you have to do daily. I've been doing this for almost, I would want to say, like 8 or 9 years now. I've been really asking, submitting and casting away. And it's not that the thought won't come back, but you know you have the power to be able to, when it does come back, throw it right back into the sea. And eventually, I'm telling you, one year I realized that it actually was working. I could literally think something right now, and who I am right now, I can think a thought, and if I put it within that ASC process, it'll go away just like that. I can't even remember what I was thinking, because that's how good it has become for me. And so in that, I want to be able to share it with everybody, because I believe that it will take mental diseases away. If you really understood where casting that thing away and getting it off for you, if you really understood that, I believe it could help so many people.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. And so what you've done really is you've come up with a simple to understand. I'm not saying it's always easy to do, of course, because like you say, it takes discipline, repeated action till it becomes second nature. And I love that, of course, it didn't occur to me that it's ask. So you're really asking for help.
Yes.
But you've really created a simple system for retraining the neural pathway of the mind, such that, because I do know in my own experience, that you can literally think away, or cast away as you put it, over time, and completely recreate yourself and no longer have that particular pattern that plagued you previously, as though it was never there. It literally can disappear from your life, whether it's negative emotions or thoughts or whatnot. So I can see how it would absolutely work, but you're giving people, instead of kind of the nebulous, gee, I know I got rid of jealousy, for instance, but I don't remember how I did it. You're giving people a track to run on with every single thing like that in their life that's consistent. I love that. Really great work. So let's talk about how people plug in. What are some of the ways that, you are sharing this information? I understand you have a book. Is that right?
Yes.
That people can get?
Yes, I do. Yes, it's on Amazon right now. It's a self-published book. I was given it by God during Bible studies with my family, and I always knew ask would be something great. I always knew it would be something great. And I think when it comes to ask, I think it's a cave of faith. And there's different avenues that ask runs through. You can use ask in every situation. And so it runs off of thoughts. And so my thought with creating this book was, parents, you can get, and this was 2 years ago where I actually self-published it and put it there on it 2 years ago. And before all of this is happening now, where we're at home with our kids and we're really the village, we really have to take care of our children, teaching them and guiding them. And I wrote the book, and I really wanted to, at that time, I thought it was definitely sent from God, and I thought that I would just try to get parents to understand that you have power, and you can, and God gave you these children as gifts, and they're solutions to a problem in this world. And be intentional about praying for them and giving them what you didn't receive. And so I run through all those different thoughts in the book to help parents really connect with their children in a new and different way. And that was 2 years ago, before we even now realize how important it is. And so I am super excited. Yeah, I'm super excited about the book. I'm actually redoing. It's still on Amazon, but I'm rewriting and adding what I feel like has been given to me in this time set aside where we're all home. And so I'm adding new stuff to it, but I really do think it's going to help not only parents, because we just think parents are the people that birth children, but parents are our teachers. It's our caregivers. It's our babysitters. It's our aunties and uncles. It's people that don't have children that still have influence over children. And so I can't wait to see. Yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to happen with this, with the book in itself. I do believe that it's going to bless so many people.
Well, you might even consider, a caregiver's guide, because you're right. It's everyone. Dealing with the elderly, it would be true. It would be in any situation where you are the caregiver, responsible for the quality of thought that you are let's say, hosting in the space, if we could put it that way. But I do want to repeat the title for people. It's ASC, or ASK is the acronym, A Parent's Guide to Reading the Next Generation. And it's really forward thinking about how do we make the changes they begin now here at home. So very powerful contribution with that. That's terrific. And for you, I believe you also have some other ways that people can connect with you. Tell us about that.
Yes, you can definitely connect with me on my Facebook page. It's just going to be my first and last name, Brittany Jordan. Also, I have an email that people can email me. It's BRITTANY, my name, Jordan, JORDAN, at AskGod, ASCGOD.com is my email that they can reach out to.
That's great. And now you're also up to some stuff here in the future. Sorry, I didn't mean to speak over you. I just want to make sure we have time to talk about the She Impact, because that sounds really cool. Now, what's that about?
She Impact is, she is the acronym. It's she strengthens people, she honors God, and she empowers herself. And it's all about us women knowing our impact and knowing that we have a responsibility and that we are powerful and we are creators, and being able to give that to the people around us, knowing that we have influence and that we can build a better world through our arm's reach. Whoever's around you, that means neighbors, kids. When you work, you have the power to influence them. And basically, it's just you understanding that and women connecting together. I see it being meetings and groups where we come together and we talk about our impact. We talk about what's going on in our life, and we grow together and we empower each other. And so that's to come, and I can't wait for it.
I love it. Strengthen, honor, empower. It's very powerful, and it really gets you thinking about, the steps that we can take on a daily basis to make a difference in each other's lives. I love it. And so that's something that is a group that you're forming that's about to be launched. It's not there yet. Is that right?
Yes, it's not there. It's not there yet. It's in a thought, but everything starts with a thought. So it's coming. I know that it's in my belly. It's ready to be birthed, and so I'm just waiting on the right women to come in, and I'm going to get that thing started because I really do believe in it. I really do. Yeah,
it's very powerful, and it's true when you bring, two or more gather. I mean, it's exponentially powerful to be connecting positive minds. Well, there it is: strengthen, honor, empower. It's built right into your acronym. And when we come together with that common goal, especially as you say, women are creators. We were given that tremendous gift. Let's make sure we're using it responsibly. And you certainly are. You've taken your life and the gift of awakening that you were gifted, and turned it around and made it something into a tool that people can remember easily and use literally every day to really strengthen, honor, and empower themselves so that they can turn around and make that difference for others. And that's just exactly the kind of inspiration that we feature on this show. I'm so grateful for you to come and share this with us. You're really up to some remarkable things, and I love anyone whose heart is committed to serving and making a difference. So congratulations on what you've accomplished just so far, and your 4 beautiful children.
Thank you so much.
We are getting close. Yes, oh my goodness. Before we close out here, any parting thoughts for our listeners?
I just want to encourage everybody to understand that you don't have to wrestle with the thoughts. You don't have to wrestle with the things that you can't handle. There is a way to be triumphant. There's a way to make it out and to prepare yourself into your next dimension. Through this process, through admitting it, submitting, and casting away, you can really transform and change your life. So I encourage everybody to be mindful of the thoughts that they're thinking and know that they don't have to wrestle with them, that they can have rest.
What a beautiful message. And it's really just about mental discipline in the end. And you've given us a tool for our toolbox to do just that. What a gift. Brittany Jordan, thank you so much for spending your time with us. It's been a pleasure having this show with you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I'm so thankful to you. I really do believe in this. I thank you for being a voice for the women. I really do. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, in closing, we want to thank Brittany Jordan. Don't miss out on Ask. It's a wonderful opportunity to get a handle on that negative thought process and turn it around. I also want to, of course, thank our listeners who make this show possible, and our producer, the founder of Divas That Care Network, Candace Gish. You know, Candace redefines the word diva to mean a courageously self-assured woman. Well, that doesn't happen by itself, and we can use Ask as one of our tools to help us accomplish that. The Divas That Care Network offers women of all walks a platform for sharing their voice in the world, and we invite you to join us. Visit divasthatcare.com to hear more inspiring stories. And who knows, maybe you would like to add your voice to the conversation. We'd love to have you. That's all for now. Signing off. Thanks, everyone. Until next time, have a great, great evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.